They wish they could be you, something terrible, but upset and disgusted with who they are and have to be themselves. The people who seem to be in competition with you, they're dealing with something internally. It's something that when they see another person and it doesn't go along with the narrative that they set up or the type of belief that they have of how things should go, this person develops an attitude, and that just happens to people. You may have a situation to where you expect something to go a certain way and it doesn't, and it may bother you, or it may be something that internally you have to deal with. But the difference between us and others is that you watching this video, you tend to work on yourself and realize it's something about yourself that you have to change. Okay, I got to work on this area in my life. This is not a positive aspect of who I am. I don't like it. I don't have to not like myself or be displeased with myself, but I can work on myself so I can be pleased with myself. So you have to, in that type of situation, be the type of person who realizes that there's nothing wrong with you because you're not perfect, or because you aren't someone else, or because you're not the way another person is, or you're not where someone else is yet. There may be some changes you have to make, but you are willing to be disturbed enough to make a change, not disturbed enough to try to rack another person's brain or cause another person to stress or strain. There are people who deal with this, but they go about it the wrong way. You have people that actually wish they could be somebody else. And that's a terrible state of mind to be in. We all see other people who live amazing lives. We all see people who seem to be farther along in life than others. Or we see people where we would like to be at. Or we just see people who are just killing it and doing their thing. But it doesn't mean you have to kill that person in one way or another, literally or figuratively. What people don't understand until it's too late is that there's enough shine for everybody. That's why you have to go about things you have to handle things the right way when you're in the wrong situation. When it comes to pride and things like that in certain situations, determining on that situation, it might behoove you to put it aside. So that way, not only you can keep hope alive, but yourself. And some people, they have no hope. They have no hope for a brighter day. They have no hope for a better reality. All they know is darkness. And when they see a person that's using their light for a positive purpose and how it's affecting them and their life and how things appear to be going for you, they may tend to think you have it easier. Chosen ones are lucky, but it's not luck necessarily. It's the law that you abide by. You live according to certain laws. You choose to behave a certain way to the best of your ability. You do your best to do what is required of you. And it's a lot more to it than just the good part. And I was listening to something today, and I wish I wrote down the scripture and what the person was saying, but I was moving around, or I might have been in deep thought just thinking. But there's going to be good times, there's going to be bad times, but it was saying something about in life. I think John was saying it. I'm not sure. I might be wrong. I think that's what the person said, but basically they were just saying in life there's going to be tribulation. You could be doing good, you could be doing bad, but if you live long enough, you will see some tribulation, you will see some bad times. But sooner or later, you have to exchange that old rugged cross for a crown. All right? And that's what you've done. That's what you're in the process of doing. You're exchanging that old rugged cross for a crown. And that's what you do. You crucify the old man and you put on the new man when you make a conscious decision that, you know what, this isn't how I like to be, this isn't how I see myself. And you create enough positive energy within yourself, or enough faith or enough belief to where, or enough God in you to where you take positive action to accomplish your goal. That's what conquering is about, taking positive, inspired action. You are more than a conqueror. You are someone who takes divine, inspired, right action to reach their goals, to become a better person. You do what you must and you do what's required of you. Because you know you were born to be rich. You were born to be successful. You were born to be abundant. You were born to be wealthy. And other people get frustrated with you because you realize that. And even if you don't realize that yet, it's in the essence and the fibers of your every being as a chosen one. You're going to realize that you were put here to be wealthy and rich one way or another. You're going to realize you were put here to be abundant in one way or another. And it's not a matter of having everything you need. It's a matter of realizing what's rightfully yours. That's what you need to realize. You need to realize what's rightfully yours. Jesus was not poor. He was rich, very wealthy, in multiple ways, in spirit, mind, body, in physical forms of resources, money, if you will. But when a person wishes they could be someone else, that's a sad state of affairs. You have someone who doesn't believe in themselves. You have someone who has low self-esteem. And they feel that because that's how it is for them, that's how it's supposed to be for everyone. Just like how you are becoming more positive each and every day in every way and shedding off all the negative darkness in your life right now, you're starting to see that. I mean, you may tend to think that everyone is like yourself. So people sometimes tend to think that others are having a similar experience to their own. And sometimes when they find out that they're not, that could be earth shattering. That could be mind boggling. I'm going through this and this person isn't. Especially if you're in close proximity, in the same job, in the same living space, in the same area as a person. If you have to see this person day to day and they may be stuck in some type of misery or funk or bad energy, or they may not think things are possible for themselves. When you have a mindset where you don't think you can achieve much, you set your standards low. And what that does is it sets your excitement for life low. So that's why a lot of people will be dull, low energy, even if they seem to be well off in life. And you, the person who's the dreamer, or the person who wants to go after all these great things, you may be trying to want to do all these great things, but it may be taking you some time to figure things out. And you may not be as far along as everybody else, but the way you feel about yourself and how you feel about life and your outlook on life may tend to be further along and further ahead than others in terms of their belief, how they believe in themselves. Would they take a risk or a chance on themselves? You may have more experience in the area of going after what you want in life. And some people graduate from college, some people graduate from school, which is cool. Definitely get your degrees and learn everything that you can. But some people graduate from going after what they want in life and figuring things out along the way, seeing what they do wrong, seeing what they need to do better, seeing how they can improve and make some changes. All right, so you have people some people choose to go about life that way. It may look like, it may not look like the conventional way of doing things, but eventually if a person is dedicated enough and focused enough and they want it bad enough, things will work out for that person. Especially if they're going after something big, because it takes a big amount of belief to want to achieve something like that and actually go out and go after it. So if that's you, if you're someone that's trying to figure things out, if you're someone that's going after something in life, don't worry. Just continue to think positive and know that things are going to work out for you, and keep shifting your frequency. That's what you have to do. You have to remember to keep shifting your frequency. Whenever you don't feel good about something, it's because you're not thinking good about the situation. And as soon as you change your mind, as soon as you change your thoughts, you'll start to feel different about your situation, and your outlook on your situation and your future and your current life will change. But these are things that other people who look at you and want to be you aren't doing. So they see that you have the presence of God on your life, which is what they probably look at and see as some type of luck or some type of thing that just makes you better or special, things that make you stand out. It's something that sets you apart from other people. And I mean, we were made to be set apart. That's what it says. We were made to be set apart. So, with that being said, that's why you have some of the experiences, if not all of them, where you'll have other people who want to be you. And the thing is, other people have this. It's just that they're not aware of it. They're not awake to it. They don't see it within themselves. They're too busy focused on seeing it within you and others. If they were to see this within themselves, they wouldn't look at you or the situation like this. They would look at the situation different. They wouldn't be hating on you for you and your gifts. They wouldn't be hating on you for and for your special unique abilities. They wouldn't be hating on you for what appears to be good luck, but it's God. So they don't understand that the best thing they could be is themselves. But some people have grown disgusted with themselves because a lot of people don't want to admit it, but their mental Rolodex is crazy. Like the things people tell themselves and believe about themselves, if they would write down and read it back to themselves, it will blow their mind to really truly see some of the things you think and feel about yourself. You may bypass it like, no, I don't really think that or feel that. Do you or do you not? You really gotta go within yourself and figure that out, because you could be going through life in sin, all right, with the wrong belief about yourself. You could be sinning. That's the root of all sin, the wrong belief about yourself. And that's why you'll have other people who will behave like that towards you, jealous of you, in competition of you, obviously wanting to be you. The behavior that people display when they want to be you, it's all the weird behavior you experience when you're out when you're out in public and you have people behaving in ways that they just shouldn't be. Odd, attention grabbing, distracting, rude, monitoring spirit type behavior. Like things the things that used to bother you won't bother you anymore once you reach a certain point. You'll just look at people and shake your head and just be like, yo, why? I know why, but why is this person acting like that? You'll be like, it's to the point now where I could, like, it's invisible. All right, shout out to all the people who actually see these demons, but I can see pretty much. It's like I get the spiritual sense of like it's like a puppet. Like these people feel like puppets. You know, it's like something else is controlling them, and it's like they're being controlled and used right before your eyes. It's like the person's there, but they're not really there. Like I like, how do you? Because you have to pay attention to what you're doing, but you also have to be aware of what's going on around you. So how do you really have time to be involved in what someone else is doing, to be right there, to like create a weird experience, you know, for a person to try to get upset or aggravated? And what I'm starting to see is that people, it's when you start, if you or when you look up street theater, or if you take an interest in looking it up, because that's what it is. Once you start to read about that or listen to what people say about it, they pretty much talk about all the things that you experience. And it's hard to think about people, I guess, being paid, or people in some type of organization or group. It's hard to think that just because you go somewhere, like, it's illogical to think that just because you go somewhere, a group of people would appear to make things, to make a line long, or to try to upset you or trigger you in some type of way. It just logically doesn't make sense. But when you know these are the things that they do, you know what to not get upset over. You know what to expect. Okay, they're just doing that. Okay, that was something that they do. That's what they do, and you could just like go back to living your life, and you could just go back to focusing on yourself. They try to take your attention off yourself. It's because this person has a issue with who they are. This person wants to be you, and a lot of these people also are a part of these groups and these organizations. And even if that person directly doesn't want to be you, the person that is handling them, or the head perpetrator, that somebody wants to be you. All right. Somebody wants to be you. They either want your ability, they want your powers, they want your special abilities, they want your blessing from God, pretty much. And they're also low key mad at the fact that they don't have a real body. They have to hack the bodies of the low vibrational spirits out here. They got to hack them and possess them up. But I mean, they want to be you in the physical sense, carnally, and in the spiritual sense as well. Like, they want to be you physically. A lot of them are paying too much attention, and they're mad that they can't have your life experience. They're mad that they can't do the things you can do. And a lot of people think it's spiritual, and it is, but some of us have experienced this on the physical level as well. So for those who understand what I'm saying, and understand that there are also attacks because of the physical as well as the spiritual, then you understand and overstand that there are people out there that want your life. There are people out there that are physically too focused on your abilities, your attributes, what you're able to do. And instead of seeing this within themselves, or instead of hollering at you, which would never happen, only the intelligent ones or the wise ones, or pretty much, since we put one on it, we might as well say it, another chosen one. But I mean, it takes a lot of guts and a lot of heart to see somebody that's doing something you want to do, going up to them, approaching them, showing them some type of love or appreciation or acknowledgement, shaking their hand like a man, and be like, yo, bro, you doing your thing. You got that whole thing down packed. Blase, you know what I'm saying? See if you get hooked up with a mentorship. Hello, introduce yourself. Hi, this is my name. This is what I do. I see what you do. I would like to do similar things. Is there any way I could be an understudy? Can I watch? Can I grab coffee? Can I, a lot of people, but you gotta be careful. Don't do too much. But those are just some of the things I've heard. Like Les Brown, he says stuff like that, so that's where I heard that from. He was grabbing coffee for people, and he was basically trying to get into a radio station, and it was like certain skills he didn't have, so he had to do whatever he had to do to get in there. As far as like pick people up, he'd pick up celebrities, he'd drive them in a limousine. He didn't have a license, but he was driving like he had some. All types of interesting stuff that man did. All right, which inspired me to do some interesting things. And that's another key point. The people that want to be you, they're missing out on life. They think the things that you do are corny. They might even think the type of person that you are is corny or played out. Not that you give a damn, because you know you the truth. But the thing is, like, what you stand for, what you believe in, or what you're a representation of, they may not be feeling it too close, because it may contradict their way of life or go against it, or the way they view things, or they may not agree, or whatever. They may just be a hater. But people, if people see you in the spiritual, there are people who see you in the physical too. All right, and it is spiritual. All right, but there are people who hate you because of your flesh too. They hate you because of who you are physically too. Let's not act like that's not a thing. Some people may be. I mean, people get targeted for different reasons. So some of some of y'all are beautiful inside and out, and they hate you for that. So that basically these things are for revenge. Like most of this is for revenge. Like they want to take revenge out on you because they're not you. And somebody coined or termed the phrase "they hate you because they ain't you," and that's the legit truth. That there are those people out there that hate you because they wish they could be you for real, for real. The people that behave to you rudely and then turn around and smile at you like it's okay. Like there's this person that I've been dealing with lately, and they keep causing, they keep trying to aggravate me by doing whatever it is that they're doing. And I haven't let that person win yet. I've turned it into a joke. I laugh at it. I laugh at them if I feel like it, or if if I want to. But other than that, it don't even bother me. A little bit ago, that might have affected me in a negative way, but I don't care. This person has been out of shape for whatever reason. They have to keep that, deal with that, live with that, go home and be disgusted with that and themselves and everything else, because they fail to recognize the truth within themselves. They fail to recognize the God within themselves. They fail to recognize the divinity within themselves that everybody's got. Everybody's got it. It's not something that one has. Everybody has it. Regardless of what you think or feel about yourself, you are you are the sheet. If you ever watch people from other countries, I think it was France, I was watching a PBS special at my grandmother's house, and me and my brother were watching the TV, and the dude was cooking, and we was kids, so we didn't want to get in trouble. You're not cursing over grandma's house or disrespecting grandma. So it's like, because when your parents come back, you get popped in the face. So those types of things. So and so said this. uh, so it's like we found loopholes, and the dude was like, the cookie shit. And we heard that. We looked at each other. We was like, the cookie shit. And I was just saying that because it sounded like he said, some words that I try to clean my videos up a little bit. So I've been cursing in some of them. But appreciate you all for rocking out with me. And that's another thing too. Those aren't curse words. Cursing is what they do to us. Those words aren't curse words. Curse words are what they do to us. The spells and all that. That's cursing somebody. Those are curses. All right. Just a sidebar on that. But people that want to be somebody else, they just got it bad, and that's just how you gotta see it. Like that's a shaking my head moment. Like life is too short for that. It's too precious for that. Some people might say life's a little longer, but you don't want to waste your time wanting to be somebody else, and especially if you want to be somebody else, work towards becoming that within yourself for you, your own way, creatively and constructively. You don't have to try to take someone else out, but that's that whole narcissistic mindset. That's not narcissistic, really. That's when you start to get to the stage of being a psychopath or a sociopath. It's like the person doesn't want you to exist because you got it going on like that. That's the red zone, danger zone. Lot of red flags gonna be popping off in that situation. Whole lot of them. Might even do a video on that. I don't know if you yo, straight up. But to wish you could be someone else, that you just have it all backwards. You have it all wrong. You don't have to wish to be anyone, regardless of what you think about yourself, regardless of what you feel about yourself. You can have what you want, you can be what you want, and you can do what you want. Some people know that to be the truth. Some people know that to just be something fancy or cool to say. But I would think it's, if you think it's fancy and cool to say, keep saying that and see what happens. Watch your whole life turn around in a positive direction. But for anybody that doesn't feel or think good about themselves, regardless of, because everybody deals with this, but some people choose to work on themselves. So if you feel that way, the good thing is, if you're watching this video, more than likely you're somebody who knows that they can fix it. And this is why the universe brought you this video. This is why God brought you this video. All right, it's the same thing, the same power, it's the same source. All right, so no confusion there. All right, but this video came to you for a specific reason at a specific time, because you're now ready for this type of information. All right, you're working on yourself, and now's the time for you to realize that the old way that you were thinking or feeling about yourself is no longer serving you. You probably been seeing 555. All right, time to think different, time to feel different about yourself. But for those who refuse to take heed of the messages, they might see an angel number and think that's dumb. They might hear something or see a divine message and ignore it. They may see this video, click on it, and be like, I'm not watching this, and then click off. They may have not watched the video all the way to the very end, my friend. But to be upset and disgusted with who you are, you have the wrong idea about yourself. Not saying you, but them. They have the wrong idea about themselves. And to have the wrong idea about yourself, but to think you're right about everything and thinking you're too good to change, that's diabolical work right there. That's the makings of that demonic energy right there. You have a way you feel about yourself that you're unhappy with, but you refuse to either take advice, or you think you're too good to hear somebody else out, or to take a different point of view or a positive point of view on things. You think your point of view is it, but what is it though? It ends up being negative, and they end up having a negative outlook on life, and that's why you can't be around those people for long. They don't like to be around you. They really can't stand to be around you. And not only is it the light, but it's your positive attitude, it's your positive outlook on life. When you start to think different things and feel differently about yourself, you change your reality in certain ways to where you're in a different paradigm. You're on a different plane of existence. You're still right here physically with other people, but you're raising your level of consciousness. So you're physically here, but you're physically on a different level. And it's not merging and fitting in with the people that you're around, because you refuse to let them bring you down. And whether it's their attitude, whether it's them being possessed, whether it's them being able to see that you're not dealing with something that they are, whatever it may be, if they don't know how to deal with that properly, then whoever has to be around that person, it's going to be testing. That person's going to have to control themselves and be as positive as they could be around that type of person, and not let someone like that get to them. That's the only thing that could happen for a situation like that. So I believe this video is over with. I believe we tore this one to pieces. If you like this video, hit the like button, hit the share button. Don't forget to subscribe. I hope this video helps a lot of people. Hope this video clears up some things for everyone. And thank you for watching. Hit the like button, hit the share button. Don't forget to subscribe, and be grateful for who you are and what you have, because somebody always has it worse, regardless of what it may appear on the outside. You can usually tell by how a person treats somebody else with how they feel on the inside. All right, I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.